Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy Barbecue Chief, and I'm with my boy,
CHHHIIIEEFFSSSS.
with my boy Cameron. We're gonna do something new to the sports franchise stuff. Um, we're new to this channel, not new to channels around here. Not new to other channels' content. We're gonna do a tier list. We're gonna do it on this year's free agency up to now, and then we'll do one probably just start the year before we get into other stuff. But here we go. Let's get on rocking and rolling.
Who stayed and who got cut after training camp?
Yep. Let's rock and roll. Get it.
Heck yeah.
And before we start the video, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you leave a comment on the video. Oh, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Let's get on it. Into this game. Already, as I said in the intro, new to me and my content, not new to other team or channels content. We're gonna do a tier list. We have 5 tiers: S, A, B, C, and D, or terrible tier. So we're gonna go off the number 1 team. We're just gonna go team after team, alphabetical order. Cardinals. Cardinals got Josh Sweat off the free agency market.
Gosh, where did Sweat come from?
I don't know. But Baron Browning and Evan Brown both resigning with the Cardinals. Keem Gaither, a linebacker, coming in for 2 years. Mill signed with Cardinals. Joey Blunt, Aaron Brewer, and Kelvin Beachum all resigned with the Cardinals. I'm confused on this next signing. Jacoby, why are you signing with the Cardinals? Not needed. Zay Jones and LJ Collier both resigning with them. And Dalvin Tomlinson signing with them.
Jesus. Tomlinson and Sweat taking most of their free agency cap.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
If you had to choose one, who would you, what rank would you give them? Because they gave them a B.
Honestly, that class of free agents doesn't sound all that bad. Sounds like they got a lot of what they were looking for.
Yeah.
So I'd stick with giving them a B, because if they got most of what they were looking for, then you can't really go wrong.
Really can't. The Atlanta Falcons. Not as many players in the Cardinals here. Re-signed Jake Matthews and Liam McCall. Signed Divine Diablo. Okay. Mike Hughes.
To say the least.
Re-signed Mike Hughes. Re-signed Leonard Floyd. Kadero Hodge was re-signed to him, and Mike Ford Jr. was signed to him. They gave him a D. What would you have to rate them with this one?
I'd say literally that's probably about what I'd give him anyway.
There were more tiers in between. I'd give them about a C minus. They got some guys on more on the defensive side than the offensive side, but you kind of need some on the offensive side. So we'll put them in the D category, but it's more like a C minus category.
Yeah.
Next up, the Ravens.
Oh gosh.
2 re-signed, 1 signed.
Whoa.
Re-signed Ronnie Stanley, left tackle. Re-signed a fullback in Patrick Ricard. And only signed DeAndre Hopkins to a 1-year, $6 million deal. They gave the Ravens a C. I'd give them about that.
They only signed Hopkins to a 1-year, $6 million deal?
Yeah, which is crazy to think. I truly think they could have gotten more out of him.
I was about to say, Hopkins is worth more than $6 million. Come on.
To be fair, I'd give him a C to C minus grade. To be totally honest with you.
Like, give me a break. Hopkins is worth way more than, like, 6 mil.
Alrighty. Holy crap. Bills might be a team to be in the AFC. There's a lot of stuff to talk about.
Oh, Lord. Who'd they get?
Alrighty, four people re-signed at the start of this list. Josh Allen, 6 years, $330 million.
Of course they're going to keep their fucking playmaking moneymaker.
Greg Rousseau, an edge rusher, 4 years, $80 million.
Whoa!
Khalil Shakir, a receiver, 4 years, $60.2 million.
Jesus Christ, they're going to have no free agent cap.
And Terrell Bernard, 4 years, $50 million.
What in the... Jeez.
And here's the rest of them. It'll be back and forth the rest of the way. Josh Palmer signed a $3 year, $36 million free agency contract. Reed Ferguson re-signed for him, 4 years for unknown amount of money.
Oh, Lord.
Michael Howitt, 3 years for $24 million. Ty Johnson, 2 years for $5 million. That was a re-signing. A long-time Charger that I did not expect to be going to Buffalo. 1 year, 12.6, Joey Bosa. Derek Forrest, 1 year, unknown amount of money. Damar Hamlin, 1 year, unknown amount of money. And Larry Ogunjobi, 1 year, 8.3. They put them at C.
Yeah.
I would actually, honestly,
Ogunjobi's deal with it has $8 million guaranteed. Deal is worth up to 10.
Yeah. They have them at C, but I'd almost put them at a B minus or B.
Russo, on the other hand, for your $80 million extension, that includes 54 of that being guaranteed at signing. What in the flying holy crap?
And then Josh Allen's extension, the 6 year, $330.
Yeah, with 250 mil guaranteed.
At signing, yeah.
And then Josh Palmer with 18 mil guarantee.
I don't think this free agency signings for the Bills is a C. I could see this as a B.
This is like a B plus.
I was going to say B plus, like right towards the A. Now, up for the Panthers, who did sign a lot of people this year. You ready to start it off?
Gosh.
Actually, their first person, I'm kind of glad they re-signed. First person up, J.C. Horn, 4 years, $100 million. Re-signed on an extension. Tershawn Wharton, coming from the Chiefs, 3 years, $54 million. Trayvon Mooring, 3 years, $51 million safety sign. Michael. Okay, don't give me when I laughed at this one. It's Michael Jackson for a 2 year, $14.5 million re-signed contract extension.
Okay. Trayvon Mooring's contract. $51 million deal that has a max value of 60 mil.
Yeah. But there's like Niners 10 mil guaranteed there. Patrick Jones, a signed edge rusher, 2 years, 20 mil. Tommy Tremble, 2 years, 10.5 mil.
Yeah, Corbett re-signed his. He re-signed on his free agent deal.
Andy Dalton, 2 years, $8 million. 2 years, 8 mil.
He just said it re-signed on a 2-year deal. I was like, Jesus.
Austin Corbett, 1 year, $3 million.
God.
Brady Christensen, 1 year, $2.787 million. Odd number to have for that guy, but you know.
And mind you, isn't Andy Dalton like a former Bengal?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Sam Martin, a punter, 1 year, $3 million contract.
Jeez.
Rico Dowdle, 1 year, $6.25 million. And Adam Thielen got a restructured 1 year contract, unknown amount of money. They put this as a B. I would almost put this almost to a B plus or an A minus.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
You know what? They're going to go in the A category here.
Yeah.
They've done some good resigning this offseason.
Okay, who's next?
I don't know if I want to do this one anymore. The Bears are up next. They starting off with 3 signed players. Odeo Odiangabo? That's how I'm going to pronounce it. I'm sorry.
Apologies if that was butchered. 48 million contract with 32 mil fully guaranteed.
I was about to say
Crap.
3 year, 48 mil. Grady Jarrett from the Falcons, 3 year, 43.5 mil. Drew Dalman, 3 year, 42 million. Jonah Jackson, unsure on contract and deal, traded to by the Rams. This next one hurts me, man.
7 mil fully guaranteed and 5.25 mil more for injury.
For contract? For Jonah Jackson?
Yeah. In
Jesus.
exchange for a 6th round pick, number 202.
This next one hurts me bad. Joe Tooney, unknown contract, traded by the Chiefs.
And a 4th round pick.
Amen Ogbong Bamiga. I'm sorry, it's gonna be a tough one. 2 year, $5 million re-signing bonus.
We apologize now. All these foreign names that we're trying to pronounce, mind you, you've got a Midwesterner and a Southerner that are trying to pronounce these names. So apologies and most sincerest forgiveness if they get butchered. So just don't hate us for that, please.
Next up, Josh Blackwell, 2 years, unknown amount of money. Chris Williams on a restricted free agency tender. Signed, don't know how many years or how much money that is. Durham Smythe, 1 year, unknown amount of money.
Yep.
Various Moore, 1 year, unknown amount of money. And I don't think that last signing is true. I believe the Chiefs signed this man.
Who is it?
Gardner Minshew.
Oh, the list I'm even looking at doesn't even have everything.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's very correct. I think Minshew actually signed with the Chiefs.
Yeah, he did. Gardner?
Minshew?
Yeah. One-year contract.
So this is incorrect. But they have them at an A. I don't know. They did two good trades.
That sounds like a freaking.
I almost want to put them at. I'll give them the A, but it's like an A minus.
Yeah, that sounds like a freaking A minus to me.
I haven't had one that's been like an S tier yet. Next up, the Cincinnati Bengals.
Andy Dalton's old squad. Jesus.
T. Higgins on the franchise tag, unknown amount of years, or 1 year, unknown amount of money. BJ Hill, 3 years, 33 million. Mike Gesicki, 3 years, 25 and a half. Joseph Osai, 1 year, 7 million. Cody Ford, 2 years, 6 million. Oren Burks, 2 years, 5 million. Marco Wilson. Okay then. 1 year, 1.52 million.
Jesus.
Tanner Hudson, 1 year, no amount of money. Cal Adomitis, 1 year, unknown amount of money. Those were all re-signings to the team.
Jesus.
They only signed 2 people.
What the heck?
The next 2 people are signed, and there's one more re-signing. To Daryl Slayton, 2 years, 15.1 million. And Samaje Perine. Why'd you have to go to an AFC North rival? Samaje, 2 years, 3.8 million for 2 years. The other re-signing is Ryan Rickhout, 2 years, unknown amount of money. They don't have a grade for this. A lot of it's all re-signings. To be fair, I wouldn't have a grade for it either.
I don't even know what to put it at.
But even at some teams, I'm gonna put this middle of the ground. To be totally honest with you, I'm gonna put this at about a C. C minus.
I guess overall, to look at both your team and mine.
Which we haven't gotten to yours yet, but don't worry.
I guess your primary quarterback and my team's primary quarterback's contracts weren't up this year.
Mine won't be up for a little while.
I don't know when Nick's contract expires, but obviously it didn't expire.
You also have to remember Nick's on a rookie contract.
Oh, that's right.
So I think this was actually his first actual year on his contract.
Yeah.
So, C minus for the Bengals. You're on the middle road because you're an incomplete thing. But we haven't seen many signings from y'all. Don't get me wrong. It'll be a good team. Just depends on where.
Yeah.
Alrighty, the Cleveland Browns.
Oh God.
They have 2 re-signings, and then the rest you'll have to hear. Of course,
oh boy.
the biggest one out of them all.
QB, is it who I think it is? Is it Mr. QB Kenny Pickett?
No, actually, this is on the re-signing side. It's Mr. Myles Garrett, an edge rusher for the Browns.
Oh God.
4 years, 160 mil.
With a 123 mil guarantee, an average per year salary of 40 mil.
One of their first signings is Cornelius Lucas at 2 years, 10 mil.
And mind you, that ties Garrett to the Browns for the next 6 years till the
No, it's the next 4. He ran out of his contract.
according to what I'm reading from.
Oh.
No, it's at 6.
I didn't realize. I thought he had less years than that.
But it also includes a no trade clause.
Huh?
Yeah.
I call BS on that.
According to what NFL's saying, it has the next 6 years and a no trade clause in his contract.
I call BS all the way on that. But next up, Cornelius Lucas.
Because I guarantee the team will want to break that fucking shit. Pardon my French.
I already know it's going to be bad. Cornelius Lucas signed an offensive tackle for 2 years, 10 mil. Why? And yes, you're correct. Kenny Pickett traded to the Browns, where quarterbacks go to die. I'm sorry, I have to say it.
In exchange for QB Dorian Thompson-Robinson with a 2025 fifth-round pick.
Yeah.
164.
1 year remaining on his rookie contract at 2.6. Joe Tryon Shoyinka, 1 year, 4.75 mil. Devin Bush resigned 1 year for unknown amount of money. And Malik Collins, 2 year contract for 20 mil. They have this graded as a C. Honestly,
they're C plus, but Devin Bush's deal, like you said, 3.25 mil with a guarantee of almost 2.98.
I agree. C. Actually, I almost want to put B minus. C plus, B minus.
They come close to it.
That'll be B minus for me. Next up, going to the land of Dallas.
Oh God, not the blue and silver knuckleheads.
Again, I'm sorry for trying to announce names. This one I will butcher like stupid crazy. I'm sorry. Osa Odunzue.
I was about to say, 4-year, $80 million contract, which includes a 58 mil guarantee. Holy crap! That's a lot of freaking money to fork out.
For a defensive tackle, not really. Marquise Bell, 3 years, 12 mil. Trent Sieg, 3 years, 4.45 mil. CJ Goodwin, one year for $1.42 million. Solomon Thomas, 2 years for 8 mil. Rob Jones, 4.75 mil. Javonte Williams, 1 year, $3 million deal. Cavante Turpin, kick returner, wide receiver, 3 years, unknown amount of money deal.
Turpin right there is one of those kind of utility players where it's like, you've got him as a wide receiver and a kicker, that's a fucking utility player package right there.
Peyton Turner, 1 year, $3 million deal. Ryan Anger, their punter, 2 years, unknown amount of money on their deal. And they traded for someone, I don't remember who. Kenneth Murray Jr., 1 year, 7.4 mil. They have this as a D minus. What
honest,
say you?
and you can agree or agree to disagree with me on what I'm about to say. To be honest, I'm gonna rate them at about a C at like a C minus because with the fact Cavante Turpin being that double-edged sword for them between kick return and wide receiver,
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be a weapon they're gonna have in their back pocket, and they're gonna use it. I can almost darn to certain they're gonna use it.
Well, you ready for your Broncos?
Oh yeah, bring all my boys.
DJ Jones, 3 years, 39 mil, re-signing clause. Jared Stidham, 2 years, 12 mil. Noah Hufanga, 3-year, $45 million deal. This next one, this is going to hurt us on the defense. Dre Greenlaw, 3 years, $35 million deal.
Oh, so you're saying my boys now have a weapon that's gonna pierce your defense?
Even though we've probably beaten them before like 3 or 4 times already. But you know, Matt Peart, 2 years, $7 million contract. Trent Sherfield Sr., 2 years, $6 million. Evan Ingram, 2-year, $23 million contract. They have you graded as a B. I'm going to give y'all an A minus to be totally fair with you.
Yeah, and
You brought some key pieces back.
and based on what I'm looking at, Ingram's deal, 23 mil with 16.5 guaranteed completely. Greenlaw's deal is 35 mil.
And honestly, it's a
Hufanga, who's the safety that we just signed, 45 with 20 mil at signing.
yeah. Y'all are fine.
Some weapons on the defense.
But like I said, you picked up 2, 3. You re-signed 1 and 2 off of the free agency market. That might give the Chiefs a run for their money this season.
Oh yeah, we coming for your butt. We're coming. I told you. The blue and orange are coming, boys. The blue and orange are coming.
Next team up is the Detroit Lions. I'll tell you now, their grade is C. You have to give them a good grade above that on this one. Re-signed Derek Barnes, 3 years, $25.5 million deal. Marcus Davenport, 1 year, 4.75. Zeke Turner, 1 year, unknown amount of money re-signed. Morgan Cox, 1 year, unknown amount of money re-signed. Anthony Pittman, 1 year, unknown amount of money re-signed. DJ Reed, 3 years, $48 million. Roy Lopez, 4.65 million dollar contract. Dan Skipper, 1 year, unknown amount of money re-signed. See, I could give him about a C plus ish.
Derek Barnes, 3-year, 25.5 mil extension with 16 mil at signing. Dude, you're talking. The Lions look to try and keep some of their players that they found good to be fit for the team.
Yeah, that's why I said they're about a C plus, almost a B minus.
Yeah, they're literally the next tier above what they got rated for it.
Alrighty, Packers only have 5 signings, 2 re-signings and 3 actual signings. The two re-signings: Brandon McManus, 3 years, $15.3 million. Isaiah McDuffie, 2.2 years for $8 million.
And McManus's re-signing
This is a good one.
Is a 15.3 with a 5 mil signing bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what? That's a $20.3 million
dollar contract on the.
And y'all, that includes his signing bonus. So
Aaron
that just
Banks.
goes to show you what the Packers think of him.
The Packers secured a good freaking offensive lineman. 4 years, $77 million for Aaron Banks. Why is your RP character coming into play with this selection of players? Nate Hobbs, 4 years, $48 million.
Close.
Oh, it's Gibbs, not Hobbs. Yeah, I forgot that.
Still though.
Josh Myers with a 1 year, $3.5 million contract. Garden Center, they really beefed up both sides of the ball with the re-signing of Isaiah McDuffie and the signing of Nate Hobbs.
See, I told you. I had a feeling a lot of teams were going to do this. As soon as free agency came up, they were going to look at their depth charts and try and find where their weaknesses were and try and hit some of those targets to get those taken care of before the draft.
They're giving a C minus. I could almost see a B out of them. They're actually really good signings.
Oh yeah, especially
McManus.
Oh yeah, McManus especially. Like if you're willing to put that much on the table to keep that guy on your team, that just goes to show you what you think. Goes to show what not only the coaching staff but the ownership and the fan base think of that guy.
Holy mackerel, I don't even want to know about the Texans. Got a lot of signings again.
Oh boy. And like I said, folks, apologies for me keeping and leaving in and out of the frame. I'm trying to cook food at the same time. So. Oh.
First one up, a trade. 2 trades. Receiver, 1 year, $15.5 million traded from the Jaguars to the Houston Texans. Mr. Christian Kirk. The other, a safety, 2 years, $19 million remaining on the contract. Traded from the Eagles to the Texans. Mr. CJ Gardner-Johnson. Key piece going into that defense.
Oh.
Damn, the Texans are going to be a
Did you already mention Kirk?
Mm-hmm.
He's a trade from the Jags in exchange for a 2020 for a pick in next year's draft in the 7th round. If that gives y'all any idea. They ended up with freaking 3 wide receivers, a running back, 2 outside guards, 2 edge, and like 2 defensive linemen. And a cornerback kick returner. And 2 freaking safeties.
Yep, going down the line. Derek Barnett, 1 year, $5 million. Dare Ogunbowale, 1 year, $2 million. Jake Hansen, 1 year, $1.7 million. Traymon Smith, 2 years, $7 million. Sheldon Rankins, 1 year, $7 million. Daryl Taylor, 1 year, $5.25 million. Braxton Berrios, 1 year, $2 million contract. That's the one I'm going to be worried about.
One of the 2 safeties they signed, MJ Stewart, re-signed 1 year, $2.5 million contract with $500,000 guaranteed. Holy crap!
Yep, 1 year, $2.5 million. Justin Watson. Y'all are lucky, Texans. Y'all could have traded us for that man. Justin Watson, 1 year, non-applicable on money. Mario Edwards Jr., 2 years, $9.5 million. Laken Tomlinson, 1 year, $4.25. And Kurt Hinish, 1 year, unknown amount of money. You want to know the crazy thing? They gave this team an F.
Gosh, this does not sound like an F class at all.
No.
This sounds like a C or a D class, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna give it a C minus because they could do a little bit better.
Yeah, they could have done a little bit better, but like I said, this is another one of those teams that took a real hard look at their weakness on their depth charts and tried to find, hey, let's try and fill some of these holes before the draft so that we can get some veteran players in some key spots so we can train up into these rookies we get in the draft.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of teams use the free agency period to do. Because if they're going to get new guys out of the draft, they're going to look to try and get some of these older guys on trade before the draft so that way they can get those guys trying cemented in those spots. So when the new rookies come in for those same positions, the old guys can help the new guys know what's going on.
Alrighty, next one up. The Indianapolis Colts. They only have 6 signings. 4 signings, 2 re-signings. Ashton Dolan, 2 years, $8.5 million. Braden Smith, 1 year, a reworked contract for $16.75 million.
Jesus, that tells you a lot what they think of him. Holy cow.
Cameron Bynum, 4 years, $60 million contract. Former Chief Charvarius Ward, former 49er, 3 years, $60 million contract for the Indianapolis Colts. Former Giant Daniel Jones, 1 year, $14 million, just to sit on the sidelines.
Jesus.
And then Khalil Herbert to round it out, 1 year, unknown amount of money.
Damn.
They graded him at a D+. To be fair, I think this is actually more like a C-graded team.
I was about to say the same thing. You took the words right out of my mouth, Mr. Stallings. I swear, my friend, you are getting better and better at reading my mind when it comes to some of these things.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know what you're talking about either. You live inside my brain, you knucklehead. Oh.
Next one up is the Jacksonville Jaguars. All free agent signings. Patrick McCarry, 3 years, $37.5 million. Jordan Lewis, 3 years, $30 million. Eric Murray, 3 years, $22.5 million. Robert Hainsey, 3 year, $21 million. De'Ami Brown, 1 year, $10 million. Nick Mullins, 2 years, $6.5 million.
Golly.
Johnny Munt, 2 year, $5.5 million. Hunter Long, 2 year, $5 million. Chuma Edoga, 2 years, $7 million.
Damn.
They have him ranked at B. They do have some key pieces that they signed. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, definitely don't get us wrong there. They signed some key pieces, but
they traded away a few of their good ones.
Gosh, should have done better on some choices there, my guys.
I'm sorry, I have to do this to you. You be a B minus or a C plus. I'm giving you a C plus. Y'all could easily do more.
C plus is an agreement on that. You're not wrong there. You are not wrong there at all.
I don't know how I want to do this. Chiefs. Their grade is an A minus, but here's all the things that happened. Trey Smith, franchise tag for $23.4 million, 1 year. Patrick Mahomes, 7 years, $450 million restructured contract. Chris Jones, 5 years, 158.7 restructured contract. Nick Bolton, 3 years, 45 million. Hollywood Brown, 1 year, 11 million.
Jesus.
James Winchester, 1 year, 1.65 million. Jalen Moore, 2 years, 30 million. Elijah Mitchell, 1 year, 3.5 million. Matt Riza, restricted free agent tender, 1 year, 960,000. And Christian Fulton, 2 year, 20 million. A minus.
Jesus.
Like, don't get me wrong, Chiefs fans. We got key pieces during the free agency market. I just don't think we got full good pieces there. We could easily add more. And we could still trade people. Y'all remember that, correct?
Yeah.
So I would have given them an A plus to give them an S tier, but
They're real close.
they're ahead of everyone in the A tier of the Panthers, Bears, and Broncos. That's it. Next up, we got one of the other AFC West teams. Wait. Did I miss somebody? Chargers go. Okay. We'll come back to the Raiders. The Chargers.
Oh boy.
They're great as AD, but here's all their signings.
Why do I have the sneaking suspicion this is gonna be better than a D-ranked class?
5 re-signings, 5 signings. You ready to hear them all?
Oh yeah, bring it on.
First 5 re-signings. Elijah Molden, 3 years, 18.75 mil. Khalil Mack, 1 year, $18 million deal. Bradley
Mack?
Uh-huh.
Where did he come from?
He's been on the Chargers for a while.
Gosh, because it seems like
Bradley Bozeman, unknown amount of years and unknown amount of money he's going to get. But they're re-signing him. J.K. Scott, 2 years, 6 mil. And re-signing Tierra Tart, 1 year, 5.5 mil. The 5 signings they've made. Dante Jackson, 2 years, 13 mil. Najee Harris, 1 year, 9.25 mil. Mike Williams, 1 year, 6 mil. Benjamin St. Just, 1 year, unknown amount of money. Sean Hand, 1 year, 3.35 mil.
okay.
And they put him at a D. This was not a D tier class at all.
No, that was like a C minus or a C plus, almost a B class. Like whoever.
Hell, I'm gonna put him at a C.
Whoever ranked some of these teams at their fucking ranks for their classes did not do some homework. And did not. And I say this highly, did not understand the assignment.
We're gonna stay in Los Angeles and go with the Rams.
Oh boy.
There are 5 people on it. 2 signings, 2 re-signings, and 1 restructure. You ready to hear them all?
Oh yeah.
Just note they graded this a B.
Okay.
Matthew Stafford, restructured contract, 2 years, $58 million. Jimmy Garoppolo, 1 year, $11 million.
Garoppolo?
Uh-huh.
1 year, $11 million?
Devontae Adams, 2 years, $46 million. Boona Ford, 3 years, $29.6 million. And Coleman Shelton, 2 years, unknown amount of money.
Jesus.
They had it at a B tier. They got some key pieces though. They've got a good quarterback room now.
Yep.
Got a good receiver.
Yep.
Since they let one go.
Mm-hmm.
I think B tier is right for them.
Yep.
They're right there in front of the Packers.
I tend to agree. They're right there in front of the Packers.
We'll go back to one. The Raiders.
Oh gosh, that team that moved from Oakland down to the Sin
Up,
City,
up to
where the
Vegas.
house always loses.
No, their grade is a B.
Not sure if this is gonna be a B-worthy class.
Ready to hear it?
Yeah, bring it on, Bobby.
Max Crosby, 3 years, $106.5 million re-signing.
How
Adam
much?
Butler, 3 years, 106.5.
Okay, I'm just making sure I heard that right, because I thought for a second you said 160. I was like, whoa!
Oh no. Adam Butler, 3 years, 16.5 mil. Malcolm Kunch is how I'm going to pronounce it. 1 year, 12 mil. Isaiah Polamalu, Polamao.
Alamalu?
No, it's not Malu. Polamao, MAO. 2 year, $8.45 million contract. And Landon Roberts, 1 year, $3 million. Those were all the re-signings. Here's the signings now. Jeremy Chin, 2 years, $16 million. Alex Kappa, 2 years, $11 million. Lonnie Johnson Jr., unknown amount of years, unknown amount of money on the contract. Eric Stokes, 1 year, $4 mil. Raheem Mostert, 1 year, $2.1 mil. I hate to do this. There's 3 AFC West teams in the A tier.
And you mentioned Geno Smith, right?
He's not a Raider.
He was acquired in a trade with the Seahawks in exchange.
They don't have him on here, which is dumb. Yes, but Geno Smith, he's. I think this is actually going to make it an A tier team.
In exchange for a third-round pick, 92 in this year's draft.
Yeah, I think they picked up an A tier.
I would highly tend to agree on that one.
So next one up is the I missed a team. The Miami Dolphins. Just note their grade right now is a C minus. You tell me if they selected correctly on it. Elijah Campbell, 1 year, $1.9 million re-signing. James Daniels, 3 for 24 mil. Zach Wilson, 1 year for 6 mil. Iafetu Melifonwu, 1 year, 4 mil. Larry Broom, unknown amount of years, unknown amount of money. Ashton Davis, 1 year, 2.5 mil. Nick Westbrook, Icon, 2 years, 6.5 mil. Tyrell Dodson, 2 years, 8.25 mil. C minus. I can see him at a C though. C minus. Actually, I can almost see him at a C minus.
Yeah, I can see that easily.
Or they might be a D plus. They didn't really sign many good players. It's just probably to get roster depth though. But they'll go into a C spot.
Yeah.
Minnesota. They have an A tier grade in their free agency market. I might have to agree. But let's hear your thoughts. Byron Murphy, 3 year, $66 million re signing. Aaron Jones Sr., 2 year, $20 million contract. Theo Jackson, 2 year, $12.615 million re signing. Ryan Wright, 1 year, 1.75. Will Fries, 5 year, $88 million contract. Jonathan Allen, 3 years, 60 mil. Ryan Kelly, 2 years, 8 mil. 18 mil. Isaiah Rodgers, 2 years, 15 million. Javon Hargrave, unknown amount of years, unknown amount of money. Harrison Smith with a restructured contract of 2 years, 14 mil. Javier Thomas, 1 year, unknown amount of money. And they were an A tier prospect. You know what? They're an A plus, and they go in the S tier for me.
To be honest,
they picked up a lot of good crew this time around.
Yep.
Now, next up, I just realized there's one person on the Chiefs one that isn't there.
Yeah.
We just picked up Juju Smith-Schuster today.
Oh, I was about to say, were you gonna mention Mr. Smith-Schuster?
One thing I'm seeing doesn't have Smith-Schuster on it, and no, I did see that. New England Patriots.
Hold on.
Yes, I knew about Smith-Schuster. I just forgot about him.
Re-signed 1 year deal.
Yep.
Unknown monetary amount. But still, though.
Actually, I think they give a monetary amount. I'll have to check.
And Trey Smith, non-exclusive franchise tag, pay the guard $23.4 million for the 2025 season.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money to fork over for one season, mind you, for 1 season.
Never mind, they never said how much. I thought they did. The Patriots, this is an A- grade. You will be the decision of this. Milton Williams, 4 years, $104 million deal. Carlton Davis, 3 years, $60 million. Harold Landry III, 3 year, $43.5. Robert Spillane, 3 years, $37 million. Morgan Moses, 3 year, $24 million. Mac Hollins, 2 year, $8.4 million deal. Josh Dobbs, 2 years, $8 million.
Hey! My old university's quarterback's going where?
New England.
Oh, gosh.
Kyrie's Tonga, 1 year, $2.7 million. And Jalen Hawkins, $1.225 million deal.
Doesn't sound like a bad class.
Honestly, I think they're right in their grade. I think they're in the A tier.
Yeah, and if Josh Dobbs gets playing time, oh God, he's gonna launch some long balls.
Okay. Now it's your crew from the Big Easy.
Oh boy.
The Saints have a grade of F.
Whoa.
Do you agree? With first one being up, Jamin Sherwood, 3 years, $45 million. Tony Adams, restricted free agent tender, unknown amount of money and unknown amount of years. Justin Fields, 2 years, $40 million. Brandon Stevens, 3 years, $36 million. Andre Cisco, 1 year, $10 million. Josh Myers, 1 year, $3.5 million. Isaiah Oliver, unknown amount of years, unknown amount of money. Chukwuma Okafor, unknown amount of years, unknown amount of money. Rashad Weaver, 1 year, unknown amount of money.
I'd say that's like D or C to me.
That's about a D plus tier for me. But like, you could still get more. You got some key pieces with it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, fudge me. Hold on a second. I read the wrong one.
Who'd you read?
I read the Jets. Whoops.
No.
Which I agree that that is a D plus team on that whole thing.
Yeah. For the Jets, yeah.
For the Saints, Chase Young, 3 years, $51 million deal. Nathan Shepard, 2 years, unknown amount of money. Justin Reed from the Chiefs, 3 years, $31.5 million.
God.
Jawan Johnson, 3 years, $30.75 million. Tyrann Mathieu, 2 years, unknown amount of money in a restructure. Dante Pettis, 1 year, unknown amount of money. Isaac Yiadom, 3 years, $10.5 million. Jack Stoll, 1 year, unknown amount of money. They had an F. I'm actually going to put this as a C minus.
I was about to say, I think your heart just sank just a little bit, to be honest.
Giants.
Bobby, I think your heart sank just a little.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. The Giants.
But
Their grade is a D.
The last team, I think they're right. They're right where they should be. They could have done a little bit better, but I think they're right. They're right there.
There are 4 re-signings. The rest are signings. First 4. Darius Slayton, 3 years, $36 million. Jamie Gillian, 3 years, $9 million. Tommy DeVito, 1 year, $1.03 million. Chris Manhurts, 1 year, unknown amount of money. All re-signings.
Jesus.
Signings.
Signings?
The regular signings now. Paulson Adebo, 3 years, $54 million. Javon Holland, 3 years, $45 million. Chauncey Golston, 3 years, $19.5 million. James Hudson III, 2 years, $12 million. Roy Robertson Harrison, 2 years, $9 million. Chris Board, 2 years, $6 million. This is not a D team. This is more like a C minus.
Yeah.
If that's the case, the Saints actually go up to a B minus.
Yep.
Just saying now.
Yep.
We already did the Jets on accident.
Yes.
Now we move on. The team in Philadelphia. Their grade is a D.
Super Bowl champs, the Eagles.
Would you like to hear all the things that have happened?
Oh boy, let's hear it.
Their free agency. Zach Bowen re-signing 3 year, $51 million contract. Saquon, 2 years, $41.2 million. DTR in a trade from the Browns, 2 years, $3.2 million left on his contract. Kenyon Green, 1 year, $1.88 traded for the Texans. AJ Dillon, 1 year, unknown amount of money. Josh Uche from the Chiefs, 1 year, unknown amount of money.
Man.
They put it at D, but I can almost see a B or C tier. You know what? They're going into a B tier. They just won the Super Bowl too.
Yep.
Next up is your crew from the Steel City.
Oh boy, here we go.
Their grade is incomplete or inconclusive. But here's your stuff from Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf traded from the Seahawks, then signed an extension, 5 years, $150 million.
Gosh. Yeah.
Malik Harrison, 2 years, $10 million. Donald Parham Jr., 1 year for a $1.17 million. Ryan McCollum, 1 year, $1.1 million. Kenneth Gainwell, 1 year, unknown amount of money. Darius Slay Jr. 1 year 10 mil, and quarterback Mason Rudolph 2 year 8 mil.
Jeez. And mind you, Rudolph's deal has a $4.5 million guarantee on it. Jesus, that's still a lot of money.
Incomplete, but I'm gonna put him at an A. That's actually a really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good crew. San Fran. Actually, we'll go to Seattle and then come back to San Fran. Seattle's grade is a C. Here's all that has happened. Ernest Jones IV, 3 years, $33 million contract.
Jesus.
Duron Reed, 3 years, $25 million contract.
Dang.
Sam Darnold, 3 years, $100.5 million.
Whoa.
Josh Jones, 1 year, 4.75. MVS Marquez Valdez Scantling, 1 year, 5.5 mil. DeMarcus Lawrence, 3 years, 42 mil. I don't think they're a C. I don't think this is a C. This has got to be like a B, man. Actually, no, it's got to be more like an A minus. Now back up to the 49ers, who their grade is an F. Would you like to hear all of their items?
Oh, bring it on.
Patrick Taylor Jr., 1 year, unknown amount of money re-signed. Kevin Givens, 1 year, unknown amount of money. Jordan Mason, restricted free agent, tender, 1 year, $5.35 million, re-signed. Luke Farrell, 3 years, $20.25 million. Richie Grant, 1 year, unknown amount of money, signed. Jason Pinnock, 1 year, unknown amount of money.
Richie Grant's deal, $1.5 million with a $200,000 guarantee.
1.5.
$2.2 mil contract.
Hey. Another former Chief / Ram, DeMarcus Robinson, 2 years, $9.5 mil.
Oh, with a $6 mil guarantee on that contract? Holy cow.
Luke Gifford, 1 year, unknown amount of money. Mac Jones, 2 years, $7 mil.
Jesus.
I wouldn't put it in an F. I'd put it in a D plus here.
And I agree. And the thing is, with Jones, 2 years, $7 million, $5 million guarantee, and a max value of 11 and a half.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of money to be betting on a quarterback.
Not really. Three teams left. Starting off next with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Grade B. But you would decide. Chris Godwin, 3 years, $66 million. Ben
Not a bad choice.
Bredesen, 3 years, $22 mil. Levante David, 1 year, $10 mil. Son Riddick's actually a good pickup for these guys. 1 year, $14 mil. Anthony Nelson, 2 year, $10 mil. Riley Dixon from the Broncos, 2 years, $6 mil.
Ow.
And then Kyle Trask, 1 year, $2.78 mil.
I felt a kick in the gut on that one. That hurt.
This is the one time I actually agree with this grade. It's a B.
That hurt. That's not a bad list though for them.
It really isn't. Now we head to your hometown team. The Tennessee Titans.
I hope they've got plans to make some big fixes. So they're going
They
to
are
bad again.
a grade D plus, but you make the judgment of that. Ready to hear what they've all done?
Oh yeah.
Sebastian Joseph Day, 1 year, 7.5 mil. Andrew Rupick, restricted free agent, unknown amount of years, unknown amount of money. Daryl Baker Jr., restricted free agent, unknown amount of years, unknown amount of money. Dan Moore Jr., 4 year, 82 mil. Cody Barton, 3 year, 21 mil. Xavier Woods, 2 year, 10 mil. Johnny Hecker, 1 year, unknown amount of money. Morgan Cox, 1 year, unknown amount of money. Raymond Jones, 1 year, 10 mil. Kevin Ziegler, 1 year, 9 mil. Van Jefferson, 1 year, 2.5 mil. And Mike Brown, 1 year, unknown amount of money. I have this D plus, but I could almost put this as B minus.
Yeah, and Dan Moore Jr.'s deal, 4 year, 82 million with 50 mil guaranteed and 30 million in year one.
Oh yeah,
Golly, that's a lot of money.
I agree, and definitely deserves the B that he got. But they are working on some of their spots. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, that's obvious.
Got one team left. Their grade is an A minus. You decide what this one ends up as.
Is it the one and only Washington Commanders?
Yes, it is. We got 2 trades to start this list of players. And remember, you heard their grade is an A minus. They might become the next team up with the Vikings on their talent here. Deebo Samuel Sr. traded from the 49ers, 1 year, 17.55 mil.
Jesus Christ!
Laramie Tunsil, 2 years, 42.7 mil, traded from the Texans to the Commanders.
In exchange for a 3rd and 7th round picks in this year's draft and 2nd and 4th
I've heard of
in next
never
year's
played
draft.
it. Bob Wagner, 1 year, 9.5 million. Zach Ertz, 1 year, 6.25. Well deserved for him. Tressway,
$9 million deal.
yeah. Tressway, 1 year, 2.8 mil. Good for him. I'd like to see him back there. John Bates, 3 years, unknown amount of money. Zane Gonzalez, 1 for 1.17 in a good re-signing. Javon Kinlaw, 3 years, 45 mil. Jeremy McNichols, 1 year, unknown amount of money. Will Harris, 2 years, $8 million contract. Marcus Mariota re-signed with the Commanders, 1 year, $8 million contract.
Yep.
Dietrich Wise Jr., 1 year, $5 million. Eddie Goldman, 1 year, unknown amount of money. Jonathan Jones, 1 year, unknown amount of money. For once, here's the final rankings I have.
And mind you, before you say that, mind you, Bates' deal is 3 years, 21 million, that includes 5.2 mil fully guaranteed and a max value of 25 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Golly. For guys like you and me, that's a lot of dollars.
Yeah. In my S tier, or excuse me, in our S tier, we have the Commanders and Vikings. In our A tier, we have the Chiefs, the Panthers, the Bears, the Broncos, the Raiders, the Patriots, Steelers, and the Seahawks. 10 of 32 already in the first 2 things. Here is your B, C, and D tier. Starting B off: Cardinals, Bills, Browns, Lions, Rams, Packers, Saints, Eagles, Buccaneers, and your Titans. There's 20 of 32. C tier: Ravens, Bengals, Blue and Silver of Dallas, Cowboys, Texans, the Colts, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Chargers, the Dolphins, Giants. Last three to round out all 32. The Falcons, the Jets, and the 49ers. Well, there's our tier ranking for free agency this year. Hope you all enjoyed this one. I'll see you on the next one. Keep barbecuing and go Chiefs. Deuces, y'all.
The only thing I can see is my own silhouette.